Hello K-freaks! Today I'll show you how to make these 3D K-pop scenes, frames, or whatever you wanna call them. You can use them in so many different ways. You can give them as a card, writing on the back any message, or you can just put them on your shelf as a decoration. But my favorite way is this way, putting some lights behind so it looks this amazing. I personally love it. I made 5 different designs, so I hope you like any of them. If not, remember that you can make your own design and be as creative as you want. Oh, I also wanted to know if you wanna see some Christmas DIYs, K-pop related. Without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. We're gonna need cardboard, white cardboard, the template, which I'll show you later how to download it. You can print it directly on the cardboard as I did, or you can just print it normally and then trace it on the cardboard. I'll explain it to you later. A very sharp X-Acto knife, thick cardboard, double-sided tape or hot glue gun, some lights. This is optional if you want to do the last version of this DIY. So we're gonna start downloading our file and extracting it as we did in the memo pad video. Once you have done it, you will have a file, and inside this file you have this. On the last file you have the images by itself if you want to resize them or do some modifications. And then you have 2 Word documents and 2 PDF documents. 2 of them are normal and 2 are mirrored. If you will just print directly on the cardboard, you should just print the mirrored ones because you will flip them later. But if you will just print normally, you have to print the normal one and then trace it in the cardboard normally. I recommend you to print the PDF ones because they conserve the size that I made. This is the ones that I used for this video. This is how the PDF looks on the inside, and now we will proceed to print it. I recommend you to print the document in draft version. I'm not sure if it's called like this in English, but you will print it in the less quality that you have and in black and white. We don't want the ink to show too much later on. Now I have printed all my templates, and the next step will be just putting numbers to each one. In the folder that you have the images, you have them with the right number if you have any doubt. Don't worry because you are writing, because this side will not show in our frame. Now we're just cutting every scene, and you have to be very careful because we want them all in the same size. Okay, so this is how they look all together. Yeah, now it's time to cut. Make sure, as I said before, that your X-Acto knife is very sharp. And I recommend you to start with the smallest parts. Don't start with the biggest parts because you have a big chance that the cardboard will be ripped. So the small parts before. Take your time and put some K-pop music and enjoy the process. Here I'm showing you another one, and it's the same thing. Smallest parts first and then the last ones, the biggest. If you have a lot of small parts together to cut, make sure to press with your finger to don't rip the cardboard. That's very important. For the largest parts that are all straight, you can use a ruler. This is a close-up with showing you all the frames, and I'll do this with all the designs, so if you have any doubt you can see how it has to look. You can pause the video to look to each one if you have any doubt. The BTS one, I made a mistake. I printed in normal way but in the cardboard, so as you can see the lines from the ink, and this is what we don't want. We want to flip it, but as it has letters I can't flip it. Anyways, these are the frames one by one. Okay, now it's time to make any details. If you want to give color to some parts, you can just paint some parts, or I don't know. You can make any details now before just putting together all the frames. Now with the thick cardboard, I'm making just a 1 centimeter wide strips. And now we will just start to hot gluing the strips to the frames, as you can see here. We'll start by the frame number 1. We'll just put the strips like this, just making a frame for the first layer. Make sure it fits very well. And again, same process. Put in some hot glue and put in the number 2 this time. Again, same thing. You can use double-sided tape, but I think it doesn't hold as well as the hot silicone. So, yep. And don't waste those small parts. You can still use them like this. Okay, once you have all the frames together, you can leave it just like this. But as I'm giving this one as a card, I'll just make it look more neater. So what I'm doing here is just tracing the size of the inner frame of the image, and I'm cutting it just to cover any imperfections. And yeah, with some hot silicone again, I'll just glue it down, as you can see. The finished look is much better, but if you will make it as a lamp, like putting lights behind, I don't recommend you to do this, because this will make it more opaque, and the lights will be harder to just go in. You can replace the thick carton or the thick cardboard by so many things. Like this is a sponge double-sided tape, and it works very well also. Maybe it's easier for some people. I find the carton more looking, the finish is better. But yeah, you can use this also. You can use foam. You can use anything that can give you that extra level. You can use it. If you have already a box that has the size of your frame, you don't have to do this step, but I haven't, so I made a simple box with the size of my frame, so I can put the lights just behind and make a kind of lamp. So yeah, I'm not closing it from the two corners, just like this, 4 walls. Now just put your lights on the back and your frame on the front, and you're done. I really love this. I ended up using a bulb light because my other lights were just very, they didn't have the required intensity. But yeah, if you have ones that has more lights than mine, you can use it. And as you can see, you can just change your frames as many times as you want. You can have like the 5 and just change every day. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope that you liked it. I loved it personally. And yeah, you can comment down below if you want to see more designs on next videos. And again, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on my social media, and see you next week. 안녕.